And to turn it on, just turn this switch. Here are the supplies. Letterheads, envelopes, carbon paper, ribbons.
What store do I call for replacements?
Thurston's. And always be sure to let... Here are the files. Simple enough. Everything's alphabetical under the main headings. Factories, farms, homes, and so forth. Clients' names alphabetically. All incoming mail and one copy of everything that goes out. Legal papers go in here. Sometimes cash, too. So always be sure that this is locked whenever there's no one in the office.
Well, how do you lock it?
Remember I showed you how to open it? Well, to lock it, you do this, then twirl the dial, then try the handle to make sure that it's locked. You're lucky to get a good job like this, just out of school.
I know. I only hope I can hold it.
With your school record, you'll do fine. Just watch your P's and Q's. Oh, and don't forget, there are lots of secrets in the real estate business. Be careful never to say a word about Mr. Harmon's business or his plans. Never. To anybody.
Don't worry. I'll remember.
Has Miss Childs shown you the ropes, Miss Hayes?
Yes, Mr. Harmon. She's given me a good briefing.
Fine. Well, Miss Childs, I'm sorry to see you go. You've certainly been a great help to me.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. I've really enjoyed working for you.
Goodbye, and the very best of luck. I hope you like California.
Thank you.
9 o'clock tomorrow, Miss Hayes?
9 o'clock, Mr. Harmon.
Good night to you both.
Good night.
Good night.
I can see where I'm going to have a tough time filling your shoes.
Don't worry about it. He won't expect too much at first. Later on, you'll be depending on your own judgment, making appointments, editing letters, even writing them yourself.
Gee.
Oh, it's not really so tough. Just keep your head and use your common sense. Here are the keys, the front door, the desk, and the files.
Thank you.
I think that's about all. Good luck.
Thanks so much, and good luck to you. Bye.
Goodbye.
I've got a job. I've got a job. I've got a job. And the first week out of school.
Should be opened and sorted, and letters arranged for the employer's attention in the order of their relative importance.
It's important to remember never to interrupt dictation, since the dictator will lose his train of thought. Always wait until he has finished the letter. Then go back over it with him and check any doubtful points.
Open and sort the mail. Never interrupt dictation. Don't forget enclosure. Write down messages. Write them down. Never interrupt
Miss Hayes.
Yes, Mr. Harmon?
Didn't you hear me buzz? Bring your book for dictation.
Yes, Mr. Harmon.
Take a letter. Mr. J.B. Grant. Mr. J.B. Grant, Apex Corporation, 103 West 7th Street, City. Dear Mr. Grant, thank you for your letter of the 8th. We have several properties of the type in which you're interested.
Excuse me, Mr. Harmon.
Yes?
Did you say type or types?
Type, no S. Now then, where was I? Oh, yes. One of them, a house on Worcester Road,
How do you spell Worcester, Mr. Harmon?
W-O-R-C-E-S-T-E-R, Worcester. Formerly belonging to the late Albert Robertson.
Robinson or Robertson?
Bertson, Miss Hayes. Now then, where was I?
Belonging to the late Albert Robertson.
Oh, yes. Comes quite close to meeting your specifications.
You what?
Never interrupt dictation, since the
Specification.
dictator will lose his train of thought.
Another.
Always wait until he has finished the letter.
Laurel Lane.
Is that L-A-U-R-E-L?
Yes. Where was I?
At the corner of Valley Road and Laurel Lane.
Oh, yes. Is unusually handsome, as you will see from the enclosed photograph. Enclose this with the letter.
Yes, sir.
I should be delighted to show the houses at your convenience. Looking forward to an opportunity to be of service. I remain very sincerely yours and so forth. Got that?
Yes, sir. Do you want a new paragraph after convenience?
Did I say paragraph?
No, sir.
Then no paragraph. That's all, Miss Hayes.
Yes, sir.
Enclosures. One of the most common types of carelessness is forgetting enclosures.
I guess I forgot this.
Don't correct dictation unless you're specifically told to.
There should be a new paragraph. It's wrong. I'll just fix it anyway.
When I dictated this letter a few moments ago, I just simply said, no paragraph.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harmon.
Well, go ahead and send it anyway.
Good morning.
Good morning, miss. Is there anything to go out?
Yes, this letter, if you wait just a second.
Thank you, miss. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Be careless. Carelessness is the one unforgivable sin. Don't be careless. Carelessness is the one unforgivable sin.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Harmon.
Carelessness is the one unforgivable sin. The one unforgivable sin.
Oh. Mr. Harmon's office.
Mr. George Harmon, please. New York is calling.
Well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Harmon's not in just now. May I take a message?
Please ask him to call New York operator 5-3 as soon as he comes in.
Operator, please leave word that it's very important.
Operator 53, New York. As soon as he comes in.
Thank you.
Miss Hayes,
Oh, yes, Mr. Harmon?
the file on the Johnson farm?
I can't seem to find it anywhere. I've been through all the J's and the I's and the K's, and I just can't find it. I don't know where it could be. Oh, under farm. How stupid of me.
Simple enough. Everything's alphabetical under the main heading. Factory, farm, home, and so forth.
Is Mr. Harmon? Mr. Harmon, is he here? No, Mr. Harmon's not in the office. Was there something? Will he be back soon?
Tact is the first requisite of business etiquette. Always be tactful.
Mr. Harmon's a very busy man. What was it you wanted to see him about? I wanted to sell my... Some shoelaces, perhaps? Some pencils? Oh, no, not shoelaces. Sell my...
Oh, Miss Hayes, would you bring me the paper?
But you said he wasn't here. We'd better go somewhere else.
Did you tell that lady I was out?
Yes, of course. She was hardly the sort of person you would want to see.
Hardly the sort. It might interest you to know that was Miss Courtney. Miss Abigail Courtney. She may look slightly eccentric. She can afford to. She has $30 million. For 10 years, I've been trying to persuade her to sell her old mansion. Did she say anything about it?
Well, she did say something about selling something, but I assumed that...
You assumed? There goes 10 years careful campaigning. Nice work, young lady.
But I didn't know. Didn't know.
Never take chances. Anybody could be a client. Always be tactful. You never know.
Never take chances. Never take chances. Anybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I think Mr. Harmon is expecting me, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Mr. Harmon is out. I have no record of an appointment, Mr. O'Brien.
Why, I made the date a week ago. Wednesday the 23rd at 4:30.
Wednesday?
Well, maybe you can at least tell me where he is.
Why, yes, he's seeing Major Patterson of the Argyle Company.
Argyle, eh?
They're getting ready to close a big deal, Mr. Harmon said.
A big deal?
The old Goodman Brothers factory.
Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. Many thanks, young lady. You've done me a big favor. Goodbye.
There are lots of secrets in business. Never say a word about Mr. Harmon's business or about his plans. Never. to anybody.
But I didn't mean anything. Oh, and I probably ruined another big deal.
Hello, Mr. Harmon's office.
This is Mr. Harmon. Are there any messages?
Nothing since you left, Mr. Harmon.
Well, I'm staying in the country for dinner. I'll be in the morning. Oh, don't forget to lock up when you leave.
All right, Mr. Harmon. Good night.
Leave word that it's very important.
No good to write it down and then forget it.
Flash. The office of George Harmon, prominent realtor, was robbed last night of $20,000 in cash and many valuable papers. Mr. Harmon declares the loss is the fault of Barbara Hayes, his secretary, who is now in police custody pending arraignment.
Extra! Barbara Hayes accused of criminal negligence. Extra! Barbara Hayes sued for $50,000 damages.
Must have been a dream. He'd have fired me 50 times. Good morning, Mr. Harmon's office.
Is he there?
Oh, I'm sorry, but Mr. Harmon's not here at the moment. This is his secretary. May I help you?
This is John Wharton. When can I see him today?
According to his calendar, he's free at 3 o'clock, Mr. Wharton.
Okay, tell him I'll be in at 3.
Where can I reach you in case he's made another appointment?
Maine, 4675.
Thank you. I'll call you within an hour in case there's any change.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Good morning, Miss Hayes.
Good morning, Mr. Harmon.
Any mail?
Mr. John Wharton called and asked for an appointment at 3 o'clock.
Anything on my calendar for then?
No, there isn't.
All right.
And you have a luncheon date with Mr. Anderson at the Cosmos Club at 12:30 and a Chamber of Commerce meeting at 2.
Right. Will you come in, please, and bring your book? Letter to Mr. James P. McDonald. McDonald Realty Corporation.
MacDonald? McDonald. Wonder how you spell it. Better not interrupt now. Ask him after he's through.
Jim. Confirming our telephone conversation of yesterday, I'm delighted to inform you that our listings show a number of residential properties of the kind you have in mind. I am enclosing 2 copies of our current listings. With warmest personal regards, very sincerely yours, and so forth. That's all for now, Miss Hayes.
Excuse me, Mr. Harmon.
Yes?
Is Mr. McDonald's name M.C. or M.A.C.?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's MC. I'm glad you asked, Miss Hayes. Please always ask me when you're not sure about something. Guessing is just a waste of time. And I don't really bite little girls' heads off when they ask questions.
Oh, I know you don't. Thanks.
Harmon?
Yes, but he's busy just now. Had you an appointment?
No, but I want to talk to him.
If you'll give me your name, I'll find out if he can see you.
Germer, Joe Germer.
May I ask what you want to see him about, Mr. Germer?
Building I want to buy.
Oh, well, if you'll sit down, please. Excuse me, Mr. Harmon. There's a Mr. Germer outside. He has no appointment, but he'd like to see you.
Oh, the big contractor. Well, show him in by all means, Miss Hayes.
Mr. Germer, will you come in, please? Mr. Harmon, this is Mr. Germer.
Hello, Mr. Germer. Won't you sit down?
Thanks.
Miss Hayes, Mr. Germer and I are going out to look over some property. I'll sign that McDonald letter when I get back.
How long will you be, Mr. Harmon?
About 2 hours. Oh, did I give you the enclosures?
Well, yes, I have them right here.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
These are the Johnson Farm papers, Miss Hayes. File them, please.
Yes, Mr. Harmon. Jameson, Polsky, Johnson. Here we are. Easy enough when you know how.
That's all for today, Miss Hayes. Oh, don't forget to lock up when you leave.
No, sir. I hope everything was all right.
Indeed it was. Just keep it up, and I'm sure our association will be a long and pleasant.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to see you.
Everything was fine. Good night, Miss Hayes.
Good night, Mr. Harmon. There. Hold you.